Hello everybody and happy Monday. It is time once again for another episode of Mark's Monday Minutes in Portland Real Estate. It is the first week of March 6th, and I'm going to declare it Rat Fink Monday. Why? Because yesterday we went and took a tour of the Brothers Collection in Salem. Now it's the fifth time that I've been to the tour, and I have to tell you, this collection is amazing. It's been described as the Smithsonian of muscle cars in America. This is absolutely the most mind-boggling and incredible collection. We took over 200 participants from Portland Cars and Coffee for a total of 400 folks to go through the museum. We ended up collecting $7,500 for our charity, Honoring Heroes. We'll be making a tremendous donation in return for folks going to this collection. More on that. If you have not been to the Brothers Collection and you'd like to, talk to me. I do private client events there for folks who buy and sell and refer me business. We get a private tour of this collection of 350 cars, the most amazing muscle cars in the entire United States. Check it out, the Brothers Collection, but more importantly, reach out to me. I'll get you the hookup. We can do that. All right, let's start with the week of March 6th, the first full week of March. Three takeaways. First of all, we are seeing a rebound from that week of snow the previous week. Second of all, price reductions are at their lowest level since last July. It's going to tell us something about the market. Number three, inventory is now at the same level where it was last May. That's an interesting revelation, in fact. And we're going to talk about that, those 3 points. First of all, the week of March 6th, active numbers, 2,499 active listings, just a slight bump from 2,471 the week before, but that number was low because of the snow. However, we have been on a downward trajectory in the amount of inventory consistently since January 1st. This is normal. This is abnormal. Normally we start to see listings increase. Now maybe we've hit that bottom, maybe not. It's been on this downward trajectory now for 9 weeks. Normally we start to see listings come on the market, but I think sellers are being a little reluctant, a little hesitant now. The number of new listings this week, 405, up from 272 the week before, but that was down from 365 the second week before that. So I think, once again, that snow week, we had a bobble. Now we're up to where it would be numbers, but again, we're still just barely. New listings are not keeping up with new purchases, and that's what about going pending. 418 homes went pending in the last 7 days. Total of 446 homes sold in the last 7 days. Those were transactions that were put in place the end of January, beginning of February. And the total number of homes sold in the last month, 1,416. So it actually gives us about 1 3/4 months worth of inventory. We're down from, we used to be at 2 to 2.5 months of inventory just 2 weeks ago. So once again, the starting pending activity is outpacing the inventory, so buyers are on the ball ahead of sellers. The number of homes that have had a price adjustment, interestingly enough, continues to decline. We had 471 of those 2,499 homes have had a price adjustment. That makes that 18.8% of homes that have had a price adjustment of $99 or more in the last 45 days. I'll talk about that as point number 2 when we get below. Now, for the number of 4-car garage homes, those affordable homes, the homes with a 4-car garage, there are 83 homes in the market, 22 of which are under $1 million. There's that trademarked or regular gesture. Under $1 million, 22 of them in fact. 1 new listing this week, under $1 million. 8 others new this week with a 4-car garage or larger. Those are multi-million-dollar homes. They've been cultivating, they're waiting, they're ready for the spring. Just like the daffodils, they're going to come back. So we'll see more of these multi-million-dollar homes with 4-car garages coming on in the spring. But we're also seeing the affordable homes under $1 million. They're starting to be out there. The number of homes that went pending, 4, 2 of which were under $1 million. The number of sold homes in the last week, 6, 3 of which were under $1 million. In the last 30 days, 16 homes have sold, with only 6 of them being in that affordable category. So the multi-million-dollar homes are still moving, but that market has slowed down tremendously compared to the rest of the market overall. Now, in terms of supply, we have about 5 months supply of the mega mansion 5-car garage homes. We have about a 3.5 month, 3.6 month supply of the affordable 4-car garage homes based on the current rate of sale, based on what are clearing and what is coming to market. Long and short of it, there's still a collection out there. There's not many, but I can find them. That's what I do. Okay, let's talk about those 3 takeaways. The first takeaway, There was a rebound from snow week. The inventory popped up this week because likely a rebound from snow. Sellers who were going to put their home on the market waited a week. Now, I put 2 homes on the market last week. We ended up pulling one back and putting it back on. Both of those homes are now pending. So the buyer activity is out there. In fact, the buyers have continued to outpace the sellers as they have now for about 9 straight weeks. Yeah, since the entire year, all 9 weeks so far. So sellers, you're slow out of the starting blocks. Let's see what we can do to keep you going forward. This is an opportunity. Number 2, the percentage of homes that have had a $99 or more price change in the last 45 days has dropped. It has continued to drop. Last July was our high point for the number of homes that had had a price adjustment. We were up at 31% last July. This has dropped steadily down, and for about the last 30 days it's been hovering around the 20 to 21%. Now we're down to 18.8%. What does this mean? It means that homes are selling without a price adjustment. What does that more importantly mean? Realistic sellers. They're putting their homes on at a realistic number and going pending, rather than coming on at an optimistic number and then having to adjust down. Big difference. Sellers, take note. Buyers are willing to pay a reasonable price. They're not going to pay unreasonable numbers. Now, third, inventory is at the same level as it was last May. Now, the interesting part is last May, the inventory was going up. Normally we see a peak inventory in July, maybe August at the latest, because that's when our summer selling season is over. However, last year inventory was climbing as sellers were rushing to get to market before those interest rates also went up. As a result, inventory continued to climb into the winter. Now, what's interesting is the inventory has dropped as buyers have bought in, as well as some sellers withdrew from the market. Now we are seeing inventory declining at a time where we should start to see it increase. Why is that? Because buyers are more motivated. They've realized the interest rates are here to stay. Now's the time to get in. And if they're willing to pay a reasonable price now, rather than hope that prices are going to drop and then suddenly be back in this competitive offer, multiple offers competition, paying $30,000, $40,000 over asking, savvy buyers are buying now. Sellers, take note of that. Now, what is important to take away, and I know we're going a little bit long, we have become so accustomed over the last 3 years to hearing about sensational media claims, and frankly, I know I've just become numb to it. I just don't listen to it. There is no data out there to support a crash of the market. Yes, I'm seeing it reported, but the fact is that prices have stabilized. In fact, new listings are coming on a little bit lower than last year at this time. National average was $399 for a new listing last year at this time. Currently it's at $389,000. But the reason for this is sellers are being more realistic. Homes are in fact selling at a higher rate now, even with less inventory. So that's what's happening. Now, again, there is no good logical reason for a source of a sudden influx of homes that are going to saturate the market and create a boom or a crash, as some have alleged. Now, not to say there isn't some huge recession on the future, unlikely, or some extreme unexpected event like September 11th. Take those aside, and there is absolutely no reason. Foreclosures are at the lowest level since the meltdown of 2008. We are seeing a national foreclosure point at less than 1%. Homes in foreclosure at about 1%. In Portland, we're at 0.4%. So there is no source for a sudden influx of homes. It's just not going to happen. So anyway, I'll get off the soapbox. Tune your ears to the appropriate calibration. Listen to the message that you want to hear but makes the most sense. Come here for the data. I'll give you the numbers and an honest discussion. Okay, that's it. I've gone long. It's Mark, Portland Homes for Cars. Mark's Monday Minutes in Portland Real Estate for the week of March 6th. We'll see you next week.